Hi, welcome to another taste of the H Zone. So today I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I would share with you guys some of the books that really had an impact on my thinking. And I've had most of these books for a while in my library. So I pull them out so you guys can see these books. I'll talk a little bit about the impact that each book had. And it won't be long, but I wanted to introduce you guys to these books. I think each one of these, when I read it, changed something fundamentally inside me. It really helped me to view the world differently and to see myself differently. So I wanted to share these with you. And as you guys can hear my phone ringing in the background. So the first book I wanted to share, okay, trying to get it on camera, is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. There we go. By Robert Kiyosaki. Many of you have heard this book. It's a classic, I think, at this stage of the game. Reading this book helped me to see how I was raised and the things that I was told and how that impacted my relationship with money and my relationship with the world in relationship to money. So this was really, really good. I even bought the game Cash Flow, which I love to play. And I bought the children's version for my kids as well, because I think it's really important to look at money and constantly keep working on our relationship with money, just like we will work on our relationship with anything else. So this was very eye-opening for me, because money wasn't talked a lot about in my house, except that's too expensive or it costs too much or things like that. So this helped me to see things in a different perspective. The ultimate classic, I couldn't do a book review about thinking if I didn't do Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. By the last one, I'll probably get this centered right. But Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill is one of those classics. Anyone who gets into business, who wants to kind of change their finances, will always reference this book. I feel like it's the manual or the Bible of business and thought process and wealth. People always refer back to this book. When I read it, it helped me to look at the world in a different way and how wealthy people kind of respond to the world. And I didn't. So it kind of took the Think and Grow Rich and then extended it out for me, and seeing the habits and the behaviors that I needed to change to really make an impact in my life and in my family's life. So this book I keep all the time. I probably have a couple of different versions of this book, like the older version that has all of the chapters in it. I have this version, and I think I might have another one as well. But I've read this book a couple of times, both this one and Robert Kiyosaki's book. This one I got probably when I was maybe in school, The 4-Hour Work Week. I'm covering up the name here. There we go. The 4-Hour Work Week was very eye-opening for me because it helped me to think about business in a different way. This book is way more concrete. So when I thought about a business or I thought about things I could do in my life, this kind of helped me look at business from an overview perspective as an owner, as a CEO. And I think this is also really good for your life, just running your life kind of as a CEO, because a lot of times we do things in our life and we forget we're the CEO of our life. We kind of hand out responsibility to other people. But this book helps put in perspective, well, if I'm in charge of everything, what should I be doing? How should things be running? And how do I make things more efficient? So as you see, I've got a bunch of little tabs in there. Because I reference this often about little things about business, about life, how I can do things more efficiently. So that's what this helped me for. It could help you in other areas of sort of business. Yes. Okay. I want to make sure I was going in sort of the right direction here. The next one, you talk about thinking differently. My all-time favorite book in the world. By Sark. All time, Succulent Wild Woman. I read this years ago, almost 20 some years ago. Um, Absolutely love this book. Changed my life about who I am, how to treat myself, how to be loving to myself, how to be kind to myself, how to accept parts of myself. I know I talk a lot about business, but the key is, even in business and in life, if you don't fully accept yourself and embrace who you are and love yourself, you're not going to be successful in whatever way that means to you. Success for some people is just happiness and peace of mind. So whatever that means for you, but this is a must read for all those women. Oh my gosh, must read. You can even do this book club kind of format. I don't know, but I just love this book. I've used it over and over again a number of times over the last 20 some years. It's a book that I lost my original copy, and I went back and I got another one, because I feel like I can't ever be without this book because I love it so much. Another book, for me, this is spiritually Conversation with God. Totally, oh my gosh, totally different perspective. You see Neil Donald Walsh, right? Totally different perspective about how to view sort of the divine, God, the higher being. If you ever read this book, this totally will kind of make you think differently. Oh my goodness, it totally took spirituality in a whole nother direction for me that I never anticipated. It's a very deep book, and it kind of shatters your world. Like people talk about Matrix kind of thing. You read this book and you're like, oh, have I been in the Matrix kind of thing? So it's really good to question a lot of things that you've got going on about life, what you believe in, what your values are. This book will definitely kind of shift your mindset. And along with that, this one too. Edgar Tolle, A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. Any of his books, The Now, all of those kind of things definitely always make me question my mind and what's going on in my thought process and how I'm relating to the world. Phenomenal, phenomenal book. And the other thing I wanted to bring in, definitely my mindset, but also my relationship with my body and my thinking of my body. Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. It's a classic. It's been around forever. I keep this as sort of a Grail encyclopedia. In the back, it talks about illnesses and how that relates to your mindset and your thought process and what you're thinking and what you're feeling. So this totally changed and shifted my relationship with my body and how I respond to it and my thinking about my body. So these are a few of the books that absolutely changed my life, changed my mindset, changed my thinking. There's tons more. If you guys have any that you can recommend that you love, please shoot me an email and let me know. And I will see you again next time. Take care. Bye.